What's up, this is Bam Margera, and you're listening to Needless to Say.
So Thanksgiving is here, and we're going to talk about that tonight, along with some other things, like a new cocktail you can try for the holidays, an up-and-coming wedding, and the passing of my and many other heroes, Stan Lee. But let's talk about being thankful. I'm thankful for many things. Friends, family, beer, porn, the good things in life. But the first Thanksgiving was a celebration of a plentiful harvest the Pilgrims had that first year. I mean, of course they had a good harvest. They planted enough food for 102 people, and 49 of them died before they could harvest it. So they were like, fuck it, let's throw a party with these savages. If we show them a good time, they'll probably bring us more shit and won't kill us. I mean, don't give me that peace and love crap. They were just covering their separatist asses. But it makes me wonder, what were the Pilgrims thankful for that first Thanksgiving? I'm thinking things like this. I'm thankful for this ridiculously large belt buckle. I'm thankful that my hat also has a belt buckle. I'm thankful these savages haven't tried to kill us yet. I'm thankful for not being one of the 49 people to die of starvation and disease since we got here. Simple things like that. But as we go... Oh, you know what? I forgot. The biggest thing I'm most thankful for. The maestro. So maestro, loosen that giant belt buckle and hit that music.
All right, welcome back to the first normal episode of Needless to Say in seemingly 5 weeks. I'm here with Pilgrim Humper and Gayflower. What's going on, you stuttering humps?
Too much.
No doubt, man. Well, you know what? You can't lead with a statement like that. Go. Tell us. What the fuck's wrong? Wait, hold on a second. Let me get my magic 8-ball, though. It's got something to do with work.
Small part of it.
Let's
it's just
have
a
it,
continuous nightmare.
Yeah.
This week has been. Well, Wednesday, of course, I've hurt my back, badly. So I've been walking around like I'm 80 years old.
Pussy.
Leaning forward, fucking jonesing. But, so that happened, and I started to feel better this morning when I got up, and I went to work. And then, of course, an entire 5-gallon bucket of glue has to dump over in my van on top of everything.
What the fuck?
Covering
man?
everything. But actually, before that, let me back it up a little bit. When I woke up in the morning, before the glue fell over, when I woke up in the morning, I was like, about 4:30 in the morning, I got up. I was like, wow, it's fucking cold in here. So I rolled over, go back to sleep. About 5, I get up. I'm like, wow, it's really fucking cold up here.
Were you cuddling up to Fran?
Yeah.
It's not tax season.
That's different.
It's not tax season.
So I get up, and it's freezing upstairs. I go downstairs, and it's normal. None of my heat is not working on the second floor of my house. So I'm like, what the fuck? So I got to deal with that, right? So then, of course, I go to work. Bucket of glue falls over, covers all my shit. So I'm calling people, trying to get them to go to my house to fix my heat. They're like, oh, yeah, we can be there. Now, and, you're going to hear this show probably Tuesday, but we're recording it Friday. And they tell me, we'll be there when you release the show. So
Big fan.
Yeah.
Like hostage.
Now I got to wait 3
Your heat
days.
for hostage.
So 3 days with no heat upstairs, which sucks. That's where my bedroom is. It's where, and it's like, what the fuck? So, but I mean, that's fine. I'll deal with that. Whatever. Go to work, get home tonight. Wife opens the door to go downstairs into the basement. My basement's full of fucking water.
No way.
Oh, yeah.
What the fuck?
So there I am, hunchbacked in my basement with a shop vac, trying to suck up water.
That's
Up until a
what-
point where I fucking just gave up. And was like, I'm going to get Brad.
That fucking sucks.
I'm out of here.
I'm
Yeah.
glad I provided some sense of relief for
Yeah, it was
you.
fucking.
I need to stop you right here, and I'll tell you why. And it won't be the first time I interrupt you tonight. Spoiler alert. But I just love that you have now dislocated your shoulder and wrenched your back at least 4 times.
Yeah, at least
Since
minimum.
we started this show. Mike has the immune system of a leopard.
Well, I've had at least as many jobs as injuries he's had.
That's right.
So started.
Last week I had a cold, and you guys busted my balls
Yeah, we did.
like I was atrophying from the inside.
Yeah, I know.
Fuck you both. All right,
that's the
as
thing
you
is-
were, gentlemen.
Well, that's the thing is, as a good friend, that's what I always say. If you've got a cold, a friend will say, "Oh, I hope you get better." A good friend, a best friend will say, "Dude, I think you got AIDS."
Yeah. Either that one, just call him a
It's
pussy.
pancreatic cancer.
Pussy.
You got something bad.
My friends are WebMD.
Yeah.
Yep.
But that's the way it goes. It's like, oh, dude, you're dying. Can I have your shit?
And
Yeah, exactly.
And you guys are the skin lesions of my week. The festering chest wounds of my existence.
But yeah, so
We love you too, bro.
things weren't going well today, and I said, but and even that, my wife said, should you cancel tonight? Because I'm still hurting and stuff. And I was like, you know what? No, I didn't cancel anything else this week. I still worked after I hurt myself, and I'm like, why would I not
cancel out on your fun.
Yeah,
On-
why would I
know,
not
know.
go and sit and have a couple of beers with my buddies in the basement and do a show that I love?
I tell you, in 3 hours, you're going to know why.
Exactly. Exactly.
When I get that text at 6 a.m., dude, this show sucks.
Yeah.
This
When he's
episode
editing.
is shit.
When he's editing, I should have stayed fucking home.
But-
I told you.
We'll see. But the week started good. We went and saw the Brad and Chuck show
Yeah, that was
at
good
the
time.
Comedy Connection. That was a great
These
time.
two guys went.
I didn't know what to expect, and not because they're not funny. They're great.
No, yeah, definitely.
But I mean, I didn't realize what a background in stand-up that they had.
Yeah.
These guys are pro podcasters, and they're really good, and they're friends that we're really glad to have.
Yeah, they are.
But let's be real. This podcasting thing, it's a lot easier to be funny behind a microphone and just kind of hit click on the internet and let it go. And
That
if you get resonance, so be it.
Yeah.
But to stand up in front of a room on a Sunday night, which is a tough night.
Yeah. And headlining.
Yeah, and they actually front loaded the show with some pretty good comics.
Yeah. Some really good.
And so I was like, this is a tough gig for them, and they nailed it.
I was the
Ray
room.
Harrington
Everybody.
was
It
hilarious.
was about what
Yeah.
3/4 full, you figure?
Yeah.
It was for a Sunday night.
For a Sunday
good.
night,
That's
it was
pretty good,
packed.
man.
It was, and again, it wasn't clear based on if you know Chuck and Brad, and you know what kind of shows they do. It was very familiar. But if you're a newcomer and you're like, who's this
What are they
Chuck
gonna
and
do?
Brad? What is this
Yeah.
reenact Back to the Future? I didn't know what to. We didn't stop laughing the entire
No
time.
shit.
From
That's
beginning to
awesome,
end,
man.
I was fucking dying laughing.
Yeah, I'm
It was a
sorry, guys.
great
I
show.
couldn't make it to the show. I'm
No, it was a
fat
great
and
show.
Lazy.
But anyway, yeah. Speaking, you were fat and lazy. How'd the rest of your week go?
Oh, it was awesome.
Fat and lazy.
It was good. No, I'm still coming down off the last EP, man. That was great. The Comic-Con thing and everything. Well,
What'd you think?
That
of
was
it?
awesome.
What-
Man. I loved it.
Well, you loved it, but I mean, what did you think about the fact that it was almost 3 hours long?
Oh, but that's the thing.
It was long.
Well, Leslie usually never listens the whole way through an episode.
Yeah.
She listened to every second of that episode, and it was awesome. It was like, when you're having fun, time flies.
I had
That's
a
how
lot
it
of
was.
feedback that the episode seemed to be too long. And I get the
It
usual-
is. 3 hours is a long.
It's
It's
a long
fucking
ass time.
ridiculous.
Well, I guess it was probably different because we were there.
Well, we know what to do, but we had to honor the interviews.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
we weren't going to cut people off. These
No,
are friends
exactly.
we made.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
And,
was the main
these
thing.
were promises we made too.
Yeah, exactly.
These people took time out to speak to our little show, not knowing what we were all about.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be real. Isaac over at Vortex, man, great guy.
Awesome.
We had a blast, but we heard what his message is. Had he listened to any other episodes of our show, there's a very good chance he didn't want to appear on.
He
here.
would have.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure we're on brand for him.
No.
But-
Well, we are recycling.
not?
We
Yeah,
are recycling bottles and cans.
Yeah.
Since
Are we
since
not,
that-
though? We're not
We are.
assholes.
No, but
You know what I mean?
I think he's trying to go for
Well,
a
Mike
more,
is,
a
but-
more
Depends on the
wholesome
day.
approach.
Well, yeah, it is a family thing. It's a comic book that's made for to teach kids a lesson. He's all about children, like with even the donations that he makes.
I'm
and stuff
trying to
like
get
that.
him to actually speak to my daughter's school.
That would be
would be
fantastic.
Yeah, I'm trying to work on that as an apology for leading into his segment with a thing about racism.
Yeah, we
In an
yeah, we did.
elevator.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did that. Great editing.
Great.
It seemed like a natural transition.
It's a natural transition.
No, it was good.
Even racists recycle.
No, I'm glad you, Mike. I'm glad you liked it. I wasn't
it was
sure how you were
awesome,
going to
man.
feel.
I
I was
loved
waiting to get the. Oh, it's too long.
No way. Not even close, man. I didn't even think about like the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, after I listened to it, I was like, wow, that was like 3
I know
freaking hours.
one person that listened to the whole thing, and that's Wayne, a buddy from Comic Con.
Yeah.
Because Wayne, we didn't mention Wayne until about 2 hours in. You know, we didn't talk. Well, we might have mentioned him earlier. I don't really
Oh, we
remember.
mentioned him right from the outset.
Did
and then
we?
we came back to
I
it.
can't- I'm trying to remember the episode, but I know we did. But I know, you know, he responded to it, and that was awesome.
He's probably wearing my sister's socks right now.
Yeah.
Bastard. That was my fault.
I wish I
gave him
could
to him.
connect with him,
I didn't
but
know.
I'm still on provisional Facebook status with him. I've got to earn my way in.
Really?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, yeah. I was
me-
talking to him the other day.
You're on probation, like that
talked to him
probationary
again tomorrow.
period.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It's double secret. You know, he gave us a nice shout on his page too. And,
Yeah, he did.
Wayne, stop selling yourself short, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding, man.
You're fucking wonderful. You want to come down here and hug it out?
Yep.
All right.
Hell yeah.
He lives by Boston. These Boston guys, they can never have enough. Winning football teams, winning baseball teams, a pretty goddamn good basketball team.
I don't know about the football
Stanley
teams
Cup
now.
champions. You know what? Enough are with the victim shit. Come on, you guys are great. Come down to
beer.
Rhode Island and see what it's like to struggle.
Yep. Brad, how about you? Still sniffling.
Oh yeah, well,
Still sick.
when you clog a nose like this is not a
That's-
one-day process.
Yeah, that's not.
That thing's got to get plowed out.
I'm fucking tired, man. Yeah, and then just from one playthrough of the episode. I'm glad. I'm glad we did it. But you know, now I'm kind of glad it's over,
Yeah.
and I kind of don't want to think about it for another like 48 weeks.
Yep.
I know we're gonna go back, and I know we're gonna do it again, but I really don't want to discuss this ever again.
It was an exhausting time.
I got in the car tonight, and I said I'm still kind of recovering. Like,
Yeah.
mentally,
Yeah,
I had to get
mentally,
myself
yeah.
in the frame. you
First thing he said to me, he said, "I think I'm still recovering
Yeah.
from Comic Con."
know?
Those 'cause you
we
get
just haven't
flashbacks all
stopped.
week.
We just haven't stopped. You know,
Well,
We're
no,
all-
it took me a good. I said 6 hours. It was probably more like 8 hours of editing
Yeah.
altogether to get everything compiled and put everything together. I underestimated the clips that we took all weekend and how I was going to put them together. And granted, they're only a few minutes long that I slapped them together.
But we had-
that was in the middle of a bunch of other shit. You know?
Well, we had so many different things going on at all different times, and to compile them all together in order, that's I can imagine.
It was a pain in the ass,
But
but
it sounds,
but
you
it was
did
worth
an awesome
it.
job, brother.
It
I'll
was
tell you
worth
that.
it.
Yeah,
Thank
it was
you.
great.
I appreciate
it. Was an
it.
awesome job.
So that was the lion's share of my week, at least the week that anybody listening wants to hear about. I mean, you know, I'm an editor. If you really want to hear what I do all week, by all means,
No, you don't.
reach out.
No, yeah. Send an email.
We can talk about commas and shit.
He'll send you he'll send you your email back corrected.
That's correct. But yeah, I mean, what I'm trying to do is get in the holiday mood. We're in a weird spot right now because we're buying a house and we're trying to get in as quickly as
Yeah.
possible. My original closing day was supposed to be today, but by virtue of the fact that I'm here, you know that didn't happen. You know, so
Oh,
now
really?
I'm
You wouldn't give up the house signing for doing the show with us?
no, I would have told you guys to go fuck off, and if you come anywhere near my new house for at least 2 weeks. No, I was hoping to have Thanksgiving there. I wanted to start the holidays there, and kind of what a great way to go into a new house, you know.
Yep.
Now we're looking like mid-December, which means I'm barely going to have a Christmas. And what did I say last year? And every year I try to get myself into the Christmas spirit and
Yep.
to really just we're
Because it's
finally-
one of your favorite holidays.
It is my
It's
favorite,
your
holiday. It's not
yeah.
even there is no second place.
Yeah, definitely.
Christmas to me is the greatest time from like basically December 1st all the way through December 25th. I am just the happiest motherfucker. Except the last couple of years I haven't been able to.
Yep.
You know, I just no matter how hard I try, I'm trying to play music, I'm trying to do this, work gets in the way. Or switching jobs or something. This is the first year in ages I'm like everything's coming up, Brad. Like life is good. Oh no, wait. You know you're gonna have to cut your thing in half, and you're gonna open your Christmas boxes right next to a bunch of moving boxes.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm at now. So I'm like, okay, 2019, you're the year.
Yeah.
So, but that said, this house that we rented for the last 8 fucking years, we're gonna say goodbye to. It's actually a little bittersweet. Raised our kids there.
Yeah.
Got our dog there, you know. So it's good. We're gonna have one last Thanksgiving.
And it's a nice house.
It should be an epic Thanksgiving, and that's kind of where I wanted to go tonight with this episode, anyway. At least in the beginning.
Yep. We're going to get to the Thanksgiving stuff, though. But we're coming off the week in review. And you had a bad week.
Yep.
I had a bad week. Mike's week was okay. But
all
there
right.
was somebody else that had a way worse week. Stanley.
Oh man, yeah.
Do you think it was a bad week, or was he just like finally?
Actually,
Yep.
it was only
Well-
like a bad 3 days because it wasn't a full week. Was it?
No,
this
no.
week?
He doesn't qualify.
But what and I
terrible.
say
I'm
this,
sorry.
and trust me, this is a guy that was a hero to me.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know?
we know. Trust me.
And it was funny because I felt sad. Yeah, I was like, all right, it's going.
course.
But I didn't feel that sad. He was 95 years old. I
awesome.
knew you knew it was coming. And now that guy lived a life that fucking blows away anything you could fucking possibly
Tons
dream
of nerds would dream for.
No, but I mean, he created things that for years. I mean, you're talking in the 30s. I mean, well, in the 40s, this guy started creating characters that are still here, and they're the biggest they've ever been right now.
Captain America.
It's incredible, and he finished filming his cameo for the next Avengers movie.
Yeah.
So he's still around for
And
that.
there's going to be a nice tribute
But-
to him at the end, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Well, he's been doing
Oh,
those
no, of
cameos
course.
since
And-
1989.
Yeah.
He's
And they
been on and off.
probably had that death sequence, okay, with the tribute to him with some flowery music behind it. It's about that
Yes,
year.
it's about that year. Marvel did a great tribute to him, and I didn't know. And Brad mentioned to me that DC
Don't
did
get me
one.
involved in this.
No, that DC did a tribute to
Yeah,
him
they
too.
did. They did.
And that is awesome to respect somebody because I mean he did a lot for the comic book industry.
He did huge.
You know, from
mean,
the start.
I mean, DC has a lot to give up to him too. I mean,
Every-
it was kind of like that war time.
Every comic book
like
does.
that. Yeah, like that. It's kind of they always had that like Coke Pepsi fucking thing going on. You know what I mean?
And,
With-
well,
between Marvel and
Yeah,
DC.
well, yeah. There
always.
was the Marvel
So,
DC
yeah.
battles.
The rivalry.
But I mean, he did so much for that industry that made it. He made comic books mainstream at a time when it really wasn't. Then everybody who read comic books were nerds, and then now
He was,
it's
he was a
mainstream
comic
again.
book pioneer. He brought in gay characters for the first time. He brought in
Talked about drugs,
drugs
He talked-
for the first time. He talked about all kinds of real stuff going on.
all about it, all in a time when the Bradys still weren't. I mean,
Right.
well, not the Bradys, but like the fucking Cleavers weren't sleeping in the same bed.
Oh no, yeah,
Well,
you
did
would
you
never
see
see
her?
On TV, or
She
the
was
bathroom
such-
didn't have a toilet in
But
it.
yeah, but she was such an unfuckable hag. I wouldn't have shared a bed with her.
I would have cleaved her.
right in the beaver.
All right, so this whole show is going to take place in 1989. All our jokes are
No,
coming
but
from
I-
there,
I
apparently.
don't need to go on about it, but the one thing that pissed me off more than anything is daughter. She's a fucking douchebag.
She hot.
Because no, she's a douche.
Is she hot though?
She's fucking 70.
70.
Oh jeez! Holy crap! That's right. He was 95.
Again,
huh?
there was nothing sad about this death. Yeah. He was 95 years old.
95 years
And his
old.
last recent headline was because he was groping nurses and giggling.
That's fucked up.
But my thing is, now at a time over the past, year, there's been a lot of rumor about because he's getting older. He's fucked up. Guy's fucking 95 years old. People trying to take over his stuff. He had a company that took a shitload of money from him. There was like a business partner, but they kind of screwed him. Then his manager, who it's still all alleged, was trying to extort money from him. There was people that drew blood. They drew blood from him and actually had him
To sell
sign
it?
comic books with his blood in the ink.
Hey,
Yeah, but these are normal people, right?
And
Entrepreneur to the end.
And that was the one thing that pissed me off when I had a chance to meet him, and lucky enough, I was
You
excited
had a
about
chance to stand next to
it.
him.
Yes,
you had a chance to pay
There was
freaking all
nothing more
kinds of
pathetic
cash
than
to
watching them. They
somebody.
might as well have put
No,
him on a
I-
dolly.
Yeah,
or
I was just
fucking
gonna
wheeled
say
him
that.
out.
They
That's what
must
I'm
have
saying.
wheeled him out
Well,
there.
I met him twice that day, and it was really cool, and it was great. It was like something I always wanted to do, but I kind of got pissed because I sat there and I'm like, I could see it
You're parading this man around like a
Exactly.
fucking bag of money.
That's how it gets, brother.
And that's what they were doing.
That's how
and
it
I
is.
kind of felt bad about
show
it.
business,
you know?
man. It
So
sucks.
did you
And-
talk to him about it standing next to him at a urinal?
No, that was a fat.
Need
Richard
help with
Dean
that, sir?
Anderson.
yeah.
Let me grab your dick for you.
That was
Excelsior.
that was a plump Richard Dean Anderson.
Hulk.
But I mean, you know, like I said, they were parading him around like a bag of money, and I felt bad after that. Like, kind of like, what?
Every
the
one,
fuck,
every
man?
one of those people.
That guy signed at least that day at Rhode Island Comic Con, that weekend that he was there. I'll guarantee you that guy signed 30,000 autographs. Easily. Easily.
Yeah, yeah.
At that point, he was 93. What the fuck?
Every
spry.
one of those people you
know-
saw parade him around are leeching,
We're
on
leeching
him.
off him.
Big time.
So now his
It's all
daughter comes
contractual
out.
shit, though, you know?
The
Right?
body wasn't even fucking cold in the ground. She comes out and says, I created a character with my father. We created a superhero together. It was always my dream to create a superhero with my father.
It was called Dead
And
Dad Man.
He always said, he always said, we'll work on it. And
The mighty inheritance.
yeah. And of course, it was almost done, but unfortunately he passed away.
Yeah.
And its name is Dirt Man.
Dirt man.
Yes, yeah, Dirt Man. Yeah, they didn't want to go
As
with
in 6
steel.
feet of it on top
Yeah,
of him.
they didn't want. Yeah, no, I swear to God, that's what
Man.
she said. It's Dirt Man. I didn't want to say steel or stone or Dirt Man. Guaranteed, she's going to get a deal out of this.
Of course she's going to get a deal out
And
of it. She's
cash
fucking
in
Stan Lee's daughter.
more.
He was so
Dirt
senile.
man.
He was dropping Cheerios out of it, what was left of his mouth. Dirt man, that's fine. Just leave me the fuck alone.
No, she was
That's
like,
what I mean.
she's probably talking to some. No, Daddy's gonna take a dirt nap soon. What'd you say? Dirt Man. Yeah, let's make a character called Dirt Man.
She's probably
a fucking-
sponge bathed them every night because then left them by an open window.
Yeah, because the money that he has right
Come
now
on,
wasn't
pneumonia.
enough
Come
for
on,
her.
pneumonia. Come on, pneumonia. I'm sorry.
because the money that fucking he had right now wasn't enough for her. She's gonna cash in, and that's what she's doing.
That's what pisses
And
me off.
and shame on
she's-
her, man.
She's a fucking millionaire herself, right?
I'm not gonna
sure-
fucking shame on her. I can't fucking stand her.
Don't ever fucking buy
And
any
I
of
hope that she
any of that
doesn't
shit.
fucking
Fuck it.
have the
All right.
life expectancy
But I
of her
don't
father.
want, as your friend and as your co-host, I really don't want your last memories of Stan Lee to be negative. But what do you think his last inspiring words were?
Excelsior.
Yeah. I'm convinced that he hasn't been saying Excelsior. I'm convinced he's been saying Can't Breathe.
Yeah.
New colostomy bag.
Yeah.
And it just came out Excelsior.
No, I mean that's horrible. And like I said, he was a fucking hero of mine. But what are you gonna do?
Well, I got to say this. We'd also like to throw our condolences out to the family of Spike Lee.
Yeah.
Because down in New Zealand, they couldn't figure out that Stan Lee, the 95-year-old comic book guy, was not a short black filmmaker. And the entire nation of New Zealand was actually saying that Spike Lee had died in a tragic event.
We could only be so lucky.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, no doubt.
Make a good movie, you fuck.
seriously. Although I tell you this, I would definitely watch Stan Lee starring in Do the Right Thing.
That's the only time you're gonna see him in anything like that.
Walking up to a bunch of black girls on the street corner. Let me grab your true believers.
No, it's funny because ironically, Stan Lee did more for black people than fucking Spike Lee could ever have done.
Yeah,
Other than
he made him
pigeonhole them.
superheroes.
Right?
Maybe Spike Lee will come out with a movie of Mr. Lee's life story.
Nah, this just reeks of Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks, every time somebody dies, he just gets on it. you know?
Yeah.
Tom Hanks actually thinks he's part of the space program right now. He also thinks he's part of the World War II Veterans
Yeah.
Club. And he did that one movie with Leo DiCaprio where he played the FBI agent.
The FBI agent.
But he was like in that really
That was a good movie.
weird, nerdy part of the FBI that nobody else paid attention
exactly.
to. Paper Chasers or whatever.
Yep.
And he ended up doing a documentary about those people.
Catch me if you can.
Yeah, everything Tom Hanks does, he turns into a cause.
Yeah.
So something, and now he's playing Mr. Rogers. You don't think for a minute that a young Stan Lee isn't going to be played by Tom Hanks, that opportunistic douchebag?
Sweaters on sale.
Fuck him. I'm spitting on the mic. I'm so angry at that stuff. But anyway, to Stan Lee.
Damn
To
it.
Stanley.
I need beer.
May I
like he
never
does right
have
now.
to talk about this shit again.
Like I said, I posted a picture. It was, and ironically, the picture popped up the morning he died, and it was exactly to the day that I met him. Not that meant nothing because it was around Comic-Con time.
Yeah,
and that's where I met him, was at Comic-Con. So it just happened to be that day, and it came up in my Facebook feed. Oh, 1 year ago today, like, you know, those pictures, and it was me and Stan Lee. And in the morning, I didn't think nothing of it. I just pushed it aside. I didn't post it. You know what I mean? I was just like, whatever, because I never do those.
They don't do video, do they? Because I
No.
guarantee he was tapping his finger on the table, Morse code for help me.
Get this fucking kid away from me.
End
But
it
then-
now. End it now.
Yeah. But then later, later on in the day when I found out he passed, I was like, oh shit. So I went back and I found the picture and I posted it myself. You know, but it was a cool time.
You
But-
guys had a special bond.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think you held him up a little more than most of the people there at
Yeah.
Comic-Con. All right. So you're all thankful for Stanley, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's a good week for that because it happens
It
to
is.
be Thanksgiving. And since you cut me off earlier about this topic, can we get into it now?
We can.
All right. So, yeah, it's the fucking holidays. I can't believe the show is on our second set
We're
of
on a
holidays.
second set of holidays.
Wow.
Okay, we kind of did a 4th of July episode last year, but it never made the air because that's where Manny did his whole...
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's
Right,
right.
he
man.
put on his fucking Revolutionary War
Oh, we
outfit.
gotta,
Yeah.
we gotta.
He stood there like fucking Paul
hear
Requia.
that. We got. Oh my God, we need to fucking get that out to the people, man. Fat Paul Requia.
We couldn't help ourselves. He's also got to be fat.
Yeah. Of course.
And he's running down the street. Fucking, Wendy's hamburgers are fucking 99 cents. Wendy's hamburgers are 99 cents.
So yeah, tradition.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's, I'm shocked a little bit that we're going to be doing another Thanksgiving episode, and we got a lot of new listeners. We could probably tell the same stories again,
Yeah.
but I don't want to. Last year
No.
we kind of did the whole spiel about our childhood Thanksgivings. And I went into my whole guinea thing where there was 9 rounds of food and lasagnas and stuffed
Yeah.
shells and all that shit. And you ate mashed potatoes with cigarette butts in them. and you,
On one
We
side.
had stuffed fish eyes. Yeah, I remember
and
that.
You guys had, and they put all the food out at 12 and just say 1, 2, 3, go.
Yep,
You know,
that's
and everybody
exactly how it
throwing
was.
elbows and shit. So we all had different childhood experiences. What are you guys doing now? Like, how do you do Thanksgiving now?
Pretty much the same. Well, it's more laid back. My mother's funny. My mother's like, don't come here dressed up. You know, she's like, come here in your sweatpants. She's more laid back about it now.
Good.
She's like, you don't need to get dressed up. She's like, just come here, relax, comfortable, because we're gonna eat, we're gonna watch a movie, we're gonna play a game.
That sounds
And-
about as perfect an afternoon.
Yeah.
I always had to get dressed up, and I'm like, why? We're just gonna sit down and undo our belts, and the grown-ups are gonna undo their top buttons, and they're
And
gonna
you've all seen me in my underwear. So what the fuck's the point?
yeah. I just don't understand. The whole idea of this day is to eat until you're uncomfortable. Why would you wear the least comfortable clothes?
Yeah.
So your mom's on point.
No, she's got, it's been funny. She's got that, even that, like Christmas, even like, Christmas will be coming up. My mother's saying, she's like, just because I go there early in the morning to see my nephew open his gifts and stuff. And so me and my wife go there about 8 in the morning. My mother's like, just throw slippers on, hop in the truck, come over. She's like, leave your pajamas on. She don't care, So, I mean, it's cool. It's more laid back. It's definitely gotten,
You're still eating as
Less.
much though, because even last year you described
it's
the
worse.
amount of food that you had, and it was comparable to my Italian upbringing,
Oh no, it's
and that's
insane.
saying a lot.
It's an insane amount of food, and I'm gonna eat a lot of it. I prepare. I start doing things like I start eating way more at dinner and stuff. Got to stretch that stomach out. You got to get ready.
Oh God, I wish I might just come over this year.
It's
Good.
Let my wife make her tofurkey bullshit and
Yes.
Come on by.
I mean, I really do admire what she's doing, but this is the one day a year I wish she'd just fucking break it.
Yeah,
Although I'll be
just-
honest, she didn't like turkey when she did eat meat.
yeah.
She didn't like it. You know?
Some people don't like it. They think it's gamey and weird.
It wasn't gamey. Everybody dries it out. You got to know how to cook
Well,
it.
You
That's the
definitely got to
thing.
know how to cook it.
Well, she knows how to cook a good bird, but we don't even do it now. We just get the turkey breast. You know, so
Yeah.
my favorite part of the holiday, walking around like a Viking with a turkey leg.
Fucking leg.
Yeah.
I march around the
It's
house
gone.
and shit.
Yeah.
No, it's gone. It's gone. I can get a tofu leg.
I can come and cook a turkey for you because I make the best turkey you ever eat.
No, I don't believe
It's
you.
good.
You know
it's
that.
good.
Ask
It's
Mike.
good. I ain't gonna say it's the best. I'm gonna say it's good.
I make a good turkey.
All right.
'Cause
Well,
my
since we're
wife-
boring now, tell me something funny.
Really good. Definitely good. Well, we're just gonna go to Leslie's aunt's like we always do. We fucking go there, stuff our faces with baked stuffed shrimp.
Ron will be there just walking around
Yeah.
his tighty whities, fucking with his hands on his
You
balls.
know it. You know it. No, Ron's always ready to go and ready to drink.
Of course he is.
And
He's
who
always
serves
ready
all
to
the
drink.
food? Ron.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then after that, we go to my aunt's house, and by that time, I'm already fucking wrecked. When I leave, you know,
Yeah.
from drinking with Ron, go there, drink some more, and you know.
Go
But
home.
what I want to do this year, something that I haven't done, and probably none of us have done in a long time.
That's not true.
No. Yeah.
Well, yeah,
I know where
one
you're
of
going
us,
with
yeah.
this.
We got to go to the Kinsman.
Yeah.
Tradition, man. Go to the Kinsman in the morning before, you know.
Before the dinner. Yeah. No, I'm in.
We got to do
I'll
it.
do it.
We gotta
I'm
do it
already
together.
planning on
It's
going.
been
I just
years
didn't
since
expect
I've
to
done
see
it.
you guys, but I'm in.
No
I'm in.
shit.
Actually, I think it'd be kind of good for us because everybody at that bar knows we have a show now.
Yeah, we got to.
I'm starting to see the likes come in, and it's people I know from the bar,
Yeah.
but they're trickling in. So
Yeah.
clearly, people are hearing about it.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I think we should show up together, and we
Oh,
should.
yeah, man. I want to go see Bob too and shit because Bob's always there.
I think you
Yeah.
should. I think you should bring the H6 and a microphone.
Yeah, hell yeah. That's a good idea.
I think we should.
Maybe I
get-
will. Maybe we'll do some Thanksgiving morning interviews.
That's right.
Maybe we'll get Sanjay to do his Mexican voice again.
we got to call Marco and have him do his.
He's gonna do
his
Indian
Middle Eastern
vortex,
voice.
man.
Yeah. We destroy the ocean. We just throw plastic in it by the ton.
Burn the plastic.
Have
burn
you ever
the
seen the
plastic.
Ganges?
I was just gonna say
Easiest way to
it's
get
a
rid
whole
of it.
comic about saving the Ganges. Yeah, and then you like put a goat in there and it comes out as lamb chops. Yeah. And then hop on the side of a train and act like you were never there.
Wow.
I think the Kinsman's a lot of fun. They're open up
Yeah.
9 in the morning to 1 p.m. And the whole idea behind it is get out of the house.
Yeah, take a break for a
that
minute.
turkey's already cooking.
Yeah,
You don't need to be there. If your house is
especially
going
if
to blow
it's-
up, it was going to
It's
blow
gonna
up with
blow
you
up
in
while
it.
you were in it.
Yeah, especially if it's at Brad's house. That tofurkey is already
Yeah.
made
That thing cooks in 9 minutes.
on high.
It was cooked when you bought it. It's just cold.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, you just got to heat it
But,
up.
but you
Right out
got to
of the
get a
fridge.
nice sear on it. You
Yeah.
know, to respect the animal. Oh, good God. My wife asked me, in
probably
plain
good,
English,
though.
she goes, "Hey, did you want me to make my Brussels sprouts this year?" I'm like, "That's a sentence you should never say again. Those words should never escape your lips."
You know what's funny though? Is
Please do anything. So.
I get things like I go to my mother's house every year. My mother puts on a gigantic spread of food. And at the end, I'm like, I want to take a plate home. And my mother's like, no.
Nah, you
No,
got to
can't.
come back.
Oh, no. You don't get no leftovers at my mom's house.
She keeps all the
Oh,
fucking
that's
food.
for everybody in the house. My mother's like, I ain't cooking for a week.
You don't get to make a
psyched.
fucking plate.
You
Nope.
can, dude. Every house that I enter, my family, either side of the family, I'm taking home at least 3 plates. Of
No way,
food.
my mother-
packed.
My mother's like,
Facts.
fuck you. I'm keeping it. I ain't cooking for these
Always.
animals for a week.
These
That's
animals.
That's
Oh,
what
yeah.
it is.
Yeah, well, that's the
She's
thing.
like, for a week,
gotta-
I need a
she's gotta
break.
Feed a bunch of people.
That's why I
man.
think my mother looks forward to Thanksgiving more than anything because for a week after, she doesn't have to cook shit.
Yeah.
You know what I
I
mean?
just love that you think she thinks your twin sisters are animals.
They are.
Not,
Have you-
well, not just
you've
his
met
twin
my
sisters.
family.
She's got the
I'm
kids
surprised she
coming
doesn't
over
stand
all
on the counter
time,
and fucking
too.
throw food at us like fucking dolphins in a pool. Fucking, we're all
seals.
slapping into each other,
Throwing
fucking
fish at
jumping
'em.
around.
Craig's in the back. Look at my tricks. They're better than your tricks.
Yeah. But I mean, so it's funny. So me and my wife always. But
You know when Craig was 16?
No, wait.
Get it out. Go ahead.
No,
I
he was
can't
10.
even- I
I
can't
think he
even
was
get it.
11 or something, wasn't he? 12.
Go.
You know when Craig was 10 and he was playing Little League? He did the best fucking dolphin impression. He did 16 flips when no other kids did it.
That's right.
It's because he was the fattest fucking dolphin on the field.
Was that before or after those fucking...
And I did 2 extra ones at SeaWorld during the
home
All-Star flip.
Every time
Holy
Craig got in
crap.
that tank, the water raised 2 feet.
No, but I mean, fucking, I get it. So, but me and my wife always cook a turkey that weekend.
It's good.
You know what I mean? We always do another Thanksgiving dinner so that we can make turkey sandwiches and do the whole 9 yards.
Yeah,
What do you do? Buy him
call
the
it?
day after?
No, we already have it.
What do you
It's
call
ready
it?
to go. Friendsgiving.
There you go.
I've never been invited, so fuck
No,
you.
yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
No,
Actually,
I did
called
invite
the
you.
Second
Yeah,
Thanksgiving.
second Thanksgiving. We didn't do it last year though.
awesome.
Last year there was something going on. We couldn't do it last year.
I don't know. I forget what happened.
But we usually do it every year. We do a Friendsgiving, second Thanksgiving.
Dude, it's like fucking eating Thanksgiving turkey at like a high end restaurant. Like it's perfectly
Except
cooked.
it's on your lap.
It's moist. It's fucking.
Is it
oh my
actual
God.
Thanksgiving food?
Yeah,
Yes.
no, we
I'm
do
in.
the whole 9
Yes.
You'll
yards.
call it Friendsgiving. I'll call it actual Thanksgiving.
Yeah, no, we do
there
we
you
do the
go.
whole 9 yards. Cranberry sauce, stuffing, mashed potatoes.
Wow,
I'm
we
not
should just
kidding.
Call
Yeah.
it Brad's Thanksgiving from now on.
I'm gonna light up my grill
It's awesome.
and I'm gonna put like 4 pounds of beef on there.
Yep.
And I'm gonna let it slow roast. And I'm gonna sit outside and drink with a parka on. And then every time she's gonna peek her head out, she's gonna be like, "Hey, the tofurkey's almost done."
That's when you know
No,
when to
I'm
flip
gonna
the
give
meat.
her. I'm gonna give her a blank stare, and I'm just gonna say, "Happy holidays! I bought you a house."
Now leave me be with my meat.
And then I'm gonna get myself so stupid drunk that my kids won't recognize me. That's the plan.
Right?
I love
I
that
mean,
plan. That's a good plan. That's one
And
thing you
Thanksgiving
always have
is,
to have a
is
plan.
awesome. And it starts the holidays though.
Well, it's already started.
Freaking Halloween, man,
But-
kicks that shit going. You know what I'm saying?
What makes
Love
you
it.
when do you actually feel like the holidays are starting?
Well, I actually
When
have
we
to
start
say this
feeling
before
forward.
we even get started. I want to throw a shout out to advertisers. I think they're starting to listen to the criticisms. I don't watch as much TV as I used to, but I watch enough to know I'm seeing less ads in early October. It used to be Time Life Music would always have that Christmas anthology.
Holly jolly Christmas.
Well, that was it, and it was always Andy Williams. It's beginning to look a lot. like
Well, he was
Christmas.
the best fucking Christmas fucking
Okay.
singer ever.
No way, man. Bro lives.
Fuck bro lives.
Okay, but if you guys
Fuck him,
really
in his
want to argue
dead,
this
fuck
out,
him in his dead cold ass.
They're fucking each other. They're dead cold asses.
I really want you guys off this show right now. You're going to argue about this.
Oh my golly,
I have seen the end of the universe, and it starts with this argument. But I really got to give credit. Like, I felt like for the first time in ages, it just doesn't feel like they rushed it.
No, they're holding off.
Yeah, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with it. I used to believe, and I think we talked about it last year, I used to believe that the world was miserable. And so they started Christmas earlier and earlier to kind of get people in the spirit earlier because nobody wanted to be miserable at Christmas. I feel like maybe, despite what's going on in the world, everybody's saying, you know what, we'll wait.
I feel like maybe social media might have changed some minds.
You know, that's a bunch of
Because-
bullshit. That's a bunch of bullshit,
No,
Brad.
because-
what you just said is a bunch of crap.
No,
Are you serious? You think these companies actually fucking care if people?
No, I don't think
are
they saw
fucking-
return.
It's all about money.
Well, I know
No,
that. I know,
It's
you
all
don't need
about-
to tell me that.
Yeah, so
you know,
out
like,
of all people, I'm
tell
so
me-
But
proud
that's
to
what
hear
I
you
was just
say
getting
that.
into. That's what I was just getting into. Is what I was saying was the complaints on social media. Everybody's why is the fucking Christmas songs on now? It's not even Thanksgiving. Why in the fuck is this happening? It's not even this.
And you know, social media is a big platform, like to take polls on shit. And social media is a
they're,
great.
they're using it for information. They're using
Yeah.
it for data. I'm not saying that this came out of the goodness of their hearts.
Oh, okay. But
I'm
the
giving,
way you said
no,
it was
I'm
like,
giving them credit for finally listening.
Yeah.
And
Okay, because people don't. Christmas isn't special if you do it 3 months out of the year.
Yeah.
Right.
1/4 of the year does not make a holiday. And if you start it earlier and earlier, by the time you actually get to Christmas, it sucks.
Yeah, it's getting to the point where people are actually shunning away from it when it's like put out there so early and shit. It's like,
And I mean, they still
it's
start
having
early.
the
It's still
opposite
starting
effect.
right after
it's
Halloween.
going to start Black Friday. Why is it going to be black?
Oh, trust me. Oh, dude, it's so funny you say that,
Oh,
man. Because I have a black friend at work, and I actually said that to
Don't
him.
call
I'm
him
like,
a friend. Call him an acquaintance because I know you.
No, he's fuck you, man.
See, that was funny. Craig,
Fuck
that made up
you.
for the
He's
joke I
awesome,
didn't
man.
laugh
His
at
name's
last
Alan.
year.
His name's Alan. I'll say that.
Yeah, Craig, I
He's
didn't laugh at
fucking
that
awesome,
joke
man.
last year either. Why's it gotta be black?
No, but I did say that to him. I'm like, look, because I had the flyer in front of me. I'm like, check it out, dude. What the fuck? Why do they gotta call it Black Friday? He's like, and he looks at me with a big smile and just fucking busts out laughing. I'm like, yeah, what the fuck, right? Like, what?
That's where you went
It
with
was
that?
funny.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was it.
I thought you had something.
you're like the
No,
guy.
I just wanted to. I just wanted to let everybody know that I had some interaction with an African American. That's all I wanted to do. So fuck you guys if you
there
think
you go.
I'm like racist. or
Mike's
anything.
like the guy who goes into the bar and says a Chris Rock joke and then looks over his shoulder to make sure that nobody's ready to beat his ass. And then he's like, okay, we're cool.
Yeah.
And that's exactly how he is at work now. Yeah, but some of my best friends.
really seriously.
No, the holidays are starting. I saw my Jingle Bell Hershey Kisses. That's usually when it starts
Yeah.
for me. Once
Yeah.
I see those or those Time
But
Life
it's
commercials.
not being pushed. It's not. I mean, the Hallmark Channel is already playing Christmas movies, but they're
Well-
going to do that because it's the only movies they got.
They got 1,109
Yeah.
of them. And of
They
that,
play 'em all year.
1,050 involve a horse.
Yep. Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
Kind of like my porn history.
Seems to be this year.
Mike's entire porn history is like a Hallmark Channel. It's like
a farm.
It's like 7/8 horse, 1/8 Lori Loughlin.
Oh, it's like a farm inventory.
Whacking off the Candace Cameron. I love your brother.
Oh shit.
But I mean, it seems that they've started to listen, like I said, because social media's pushed that where everybody was bitching, like, why are you forcing this down my throat before Thanksgiving even happens? And like the last 3 years have been like that. They're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And it seems like they've held off. I haven't seen much online. Normally, you're already seeing Christmas.
Yeah, they're getting the
bells
point.
and all that.
You know what
shit.
it is more and more of these
Yo.
companies have younger and younger CEOs and people in charge of media and shit. And
And they're
right
like,
now,
we're not going to
who's-
celebrate Thanksgiving because that's the destruction of the Indians.
Yeah, it's all
Yeah, it's going to be
marketing
like
and-
Columbus Day.
Yeah.
You know, everybody likes the early week. And everybody likes the food.
Yeah,
But nobody wants to acknowledge that we basically raped and pillaged their
Yeah,
land.
no
exactly.
shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you know, keep everybody out. Wait a minute, that's what we did.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's all this great food. Oh, thanks. I'll take that. And everything else.
Here's some
you got.
smallpox blankets.
It's a good trade.
Have you ever watched these Hallmark movies though?
Sometimes I have.
My wife does. My wife will.
I have.
They're honestly eminently watchable. And I know that this is going to become like another
they-
thing where
No, because I do the same
No,
thing.
I know what you're
bro.
saying.
I do
I've
the same
gotten sucked
thing.
into a couple
And
of them
you,
because
and you see,
they're
they're
so
corny.
happy.
They're
They're so
corny.
happy.
Yeah, they're
and then
corny and,
and
happy.
once in a while you'll see like that guy, like, you know what I mean? Oh,
they'll
that
always
guy's
have
in
a
it,
pop
and
in
then
a
you
famous
start
actor.
watching it to see how he does, and then you end up watching the whole fucking.
I
thing.
saw one last
and
year.
crying on your couch and fucking eating
Well,
popcorn.
I don't
when
cry.
you're
I
talking
don't
about
go
it. Oh, okay.
It's
Never
all
mind.
the same movie. I cried the first
Yeah.
time. It's always some big city executive who got out of the small town.
Yeah.
And he's like working in Chicago and he's like making waves. And then like the snowstorm comes in just as he's about to leave. He had no
Yeah.
intention of coming back to his small town.
it's
cold outside.
It's right.
Yeah,
And
That's a rapey song, isn't it?
Yeah, it
wicked
is.
bad.
It's a
That
big
guy's
time
like,
rapey
I'm
song.
gonna bang you. You
know-
can't drive. It's cold. The snow's whipping.
Like you could like play that and watch Misery.
He even sings about like giving her freaking drinks and shit.
Yeah,
getting
he's
her
like,
drunk
oh, let me
and
give you
shit.
another drink. That's fucking
Yeah,
great.
see that? That's
Fucking
something we
Bill
should
Cosby wrote that song.
As we approach Christmas, I think we should analyze Christmas songs again. I think that's a good topic for down the line.
Yeah, definitely.
But the Hallmark movies kill me, though, because it's always that same story, and they always get trapped in their hometown, and then they slowly learn to realize
Yeah.
that they should have never left.
Never left.
And there's a high school sweetheart that always comes back into
Yes.
the picture, and they're always white and wearing roll neck sweaters.
no,
you
fuck
know?
you, Brad. You're not going back to New York. Okay.
What I would love to see, because all of them are Christmas, 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 why is there no Hallmark Hanukkah movie?
No shit, huh? There's got to be one. There's got to be
There's not
at
a
least
one.
one.
There's not a one.
Guy's like, fuck it, clip it. Go ahead. Snip it off, whatever. I've been gone for too long.
Santa's circumcision. That one's coming early in the holiday season. I'd love to see Moishi find love. Like, why can't Moishi just like go back to his place in Bensonhurst, Brooklyn? Coming back to his small town upbringings, lighting candles in the back of a deli. I would love to see the Hallmark Channel's Two Dreidels, One Heart. Latkes in love.
Vodka's in love.
Coming home to Manischewitz Creek. Gefilte Glee by the blasphemy tree. Meet the Maccabees. Why can't we have that? I'm not a Jew. I'm not even a Jew, but I work with enough of them that I feel
Right.
their pain. Like from like
I'm
September.
not a Jew. I only play one on radio.
But what is the Jew supposed to do? Hallmark Channel, I'm sure, has a lot of
Yeah.
Jew fans the rest of
It's
the year.
probably the whole channel's probably run by Jewish people.
No doubt. No doubt. And
Guaranteed.
They know how to make money. You know how you make money? Not making Hanukkah movies.
Definitely a Jewish. Yeah, Hallmark is definitely Jewish.
The rest of the year, the only other movies, I wasn't kidding. They
The Maccabees and me.
Yeah. But I mean, like, there's always like a horse farm, and it's always the same deal. It's just not Christmas. It's summer. I'm coming home for the summer from the big city.
Yeah.
And I find
Yeah.
my high school sweetheart. Nothing changes. And yet they're so ridiculously successful.
They are. Big
Candace
time.
Cameron and what's her name from Party of Five? What the hell was her name where they had the huge knobs?
I don't know, but
Oh, the one she was in
Jennifer
Scream
Love
movie.
Hewitt. Jennifer Love Hewitt. Jennifer
yep.
Love Hewitt has been in like 40 of them.
Yeah.
Why?
because they can't.
Like
do
they
anything
film
else.
like 5 at a time.
Yeah.
They use the same town, and then they go get Reginald Vell Johnson from Die Hard, and they make him a shopkeeper, and he gives out handy advice. Do you know what else makes me do it too? I'm probably belaboring this just because I had to go into my Hallmark movie rant, but Budweiser commercials. This
Yeah.
is the time of year where they stop doing the dilly dilly shit.
Yeah.
Or the what's up, or whatever decade you drank Budweiser. But now it's like all about families coming together, and it's like all a bunch of really clean cut white people sitting around fireplaces, and they're sitting in their Argyle sweaters, and
Yeah.
candles are lit, and the house is warm.
There's always like,
In
there's
their
always like
basements
8 inches
around-
of snow outside.
Yeah, and and again with the horses, there's a horse outside.
yeah.
And they're carrying a buggy, and more people coming with cases of Budweiser. Typical Bud drinkers.
Yeah,
Friday
That's
night,
exactly what
Mike's
they're
house.
going for. And I know a lot of Bud drinkers. I'm sitting with a few of them. Have you guys ever taken a horse-drawn carriage through the snow?
Yes.
And I love that. And they're like, well, it's
Yes,
it's-
but I grew
you know,
up on
you
a
see
farm.
You see the horse-drawn sleigh, and they're like, well, it's upstate New York. Have you been to upstate New York? No, it's 4-wheelers. They're not fucking. There's no sleigh.
I've done
And
that
they're-
in Bristol.
Nobody ever. There are things that don't happen at Christmas.
Yes.
that TV would tell you that happen. People don't all gather around by a fireplace
Oh, no,
and sing
they don't.
carols. They don't do it.
You guys
Yeah.
want to do it
Okay?
tonight?
No, I don't.
And even that, the only place I ever think there was a sleigh was like Alaska.
yeah.
They were like, fuck wheels. We just use this thing.
No, there's pretty much sleighs anywhere. There was snow.
Another thing that doesn't happen though, nobody gets a car in their driveway with a giant bow on it. Like that doesn't happen.
Nah,
that-
yeah.
That
Especially if they
happens.
shop at State Line Jeep.
Yeah. No, just a bow in your driveway with nothing.
Yeah, you
it's
smash
just laying on the
pumpkin.
ground.
You're gonna get a car at Easter.
Yeah, exactly.
empty cornucopia.
It's funny. This whole time we've been talking about eating too much and drinking too much. And speaking of drinking too much, there it is.
There
All
it
right.
is. Yep.
Sorry, guys.
But like we're beer hounds.
Yeah.
But apparently, alcohol just isn't enough anymore.
No.
Apparently, there are people around the world who are trying more exotic things.
Yeah.
Drinks that are... The dog is actually drinking out of the toilet.
As we speak,
Yeah,
the
he
dog
did.
actually got
He
a
just
drink out of
started
the
drinking
toilet.
out of the toilet.
Jerry,
You have
like
no
a dick.
idea
Right
just
on
how
cue.
appropriate that was,
Right
Jared.
on cue, Jerry. Thanks, buddy.
In Indonesia,
Craig a kiss
it was
now.
reported this week. It was actually reported today by our source.
And this has been going on for years. That's the worst part.
But it just made its way to the New York Post, and that's when we learned about it. Teens are now getting drunk on boiled tampon juice.
yes.
Yes.
And boiled tampon juice is a really nice way of saying nasty fucking menstrual blood.
Yeah.
fucking totally nasty. And we're not talking about like fresh tampons. We're talking about used fucking tampons.
Well, boiling a fresh tampon seems pointless.
Well, the thing,
Yeah,
well,
it's already sterile.
Well, they're getting off. They're actually getting fucked up by the chlorine in the tampon.
In the
It's
ca-
not
yeah,
in the
the-
menstrual.
But did you see
fucking
the image
juice.
on the article?
Yes, it was.
It was a martini glass.
Yeah,
filled with
yes.
It was like if Sarah Jessica Parker was just out of the frame,
Yeah.
drinking one of those fucking Cosmos that were all the rage in the 90s.
with a bloody tampon dipped into it.
That was great. It's like Dracula dipping a tea bag.
Nice.
I can't wait to go to New York because you know there's a bar that's going
Oh,
to...
there's
Oh,
definitely
you
a bar
know it.
featuring
Yeah, tonight,
that.
$9, a vampire tea bag. Have at it.
What the fuck? I bet it tastes like pennies.
Oh man! Holy crap!
You know, it's crazy. Well, not only is the whole thing crazy, obviously you're drinking blood that came out of a failed uterus.
Yeah.
I mean, what's a period?
Unused.
Well, that's it. What
That's
is
exactly
a period?
what
A
it is.
period. The reason they get cramps is because what happens is basically they want you to get pregnant. The whole point of
Yeah.
you being on this earth as an animal is to get pregnant and breed.
And
every month that you don't do that, your body goes, fuck you.
Yeah.
And I'm going to kick
Take
you in the
this.
gut for a week.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I'm going to make you hemorrhage all over a fucking rag and ruin those panties. you
Except for
paid-
guys.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Yeah,
we're
we
good.
just whack one. Just rub one out. Good.
Yeah.
Do you get a monthly whack? I don't know if I peak. I don't
do.
know if I have like a 7-day period of just whacking it a little harder. But of course, because we're researchers on this show, I didn't let it go
Yeah.
there. I said, we got to look up what significance the period has in other cultures. And most of them, like I was looking up like euphemisms for period. I was trying to come up with some stupid fucking jokes. But after you wrote down boiled pennies or whatever, I said, we're not going to beat that. But I did find one. And in the Netherlands, there's a statement there where, like we say and flow, or it's your time of month, whatever. In the Netherlands, they say de rode bieten zijn overgoed, which actually translates to the beets have overcooked.
Oh my god! Oh, that is so fucking perfect.
And
The
so,
motherfuckers are on it, dude.
and so because there's such
Netherlands.
a cultural and emotional connection between the Netherlands and Indonesia,
Yeah.
the Indonesians have said, hey, you know what? That sounds like a phenomenal cocktail. And they're now honoring the unborn every time you fucking have a drink.
No, I've done some fucked up shit when I was a kid to get a buzz. Like when you were a teenager and you're trying to sneak liquor out of your house. Like my mother had a few bottles of liquor. So you can't take all of it. So I would pour it all into one bottle,
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
little bit out of each. And you end up with a pint of mixed
Yeah.
garbage.
Yeah.
And it was brown, right?
Yeah.
was
Of
always
course it was
brown.
brown.
It was
There was
always brown.
Kahlua, tequila,
All the
rum.
good shit. Hell
Oh,
yeah,
and
man.
Oh my
you're
God,
just
have that
drinking.
shit curdled.
Oh,
and it's just
so
disgusting,
Good.
but
so
you-
good. Disgusting.
You're young and trying to get buzzed out. You know what I mean? So you're just trying anything. Never once did I think, hey, I found this in the bathroom. Let's steep it.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
fucked
that
up.
didn't go down.
Let's let this marinate in here.
It made my toilet look like a crime scene. Let me fish that out of there.
Yeah.
And then,
I
hey,
think this will work.
honey, get the highball glass.
Yeah.
Get a shaker.
I don't know, man. I think we would have saved a lot of money if we knew about this back in the day when we were like fucking 15, 16.
What a money saver this was.
That would have been a mistake because I'm like, I don't drink.
Yeah. after your girlfriend's done with that pen. No, don't you dare throw that out.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Don't wrap that discreetly in its own wrapper. No. Hand that over to me.
Imagine bottling the stuff. Like you would call it like the woman's name. You know what I mean? We got certain like
You know they
bottles.
make a vagina beer now. There's actually a beer brewed with yeast from a woman's
Yeah, I
vagina.
did hear
Really?
about that. I did hear about that.
It's
Actually,
not
Eric,
big
you
here.
mentioned that.
Yeah, it's not big here.
I bet you it's big in the Netherlands because they eat that spotted dick, that fish fucking thing.
And apparently they like
They
beach.
rolled beatings in overcooked.
Fuck. Really? That's disgusting.
I do like that the word, the Dutch word for overcooked is overcooked.
I know. That's
Like you just
great,
want to
man.
go bork, 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 bork.
Yeah, exactly. That's fucking so.
All right, I think we've gotten pretty much all we can out of that fucking disgusting topic.
No, if you rinse them.
You fucking squeeze them out.
Make fucking ice cubes.
Hey, you like wring them
make
out.
treats. You have them sticking out of the fucking ice trays and shit. Just like, beep, 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 like a dozen of
Look at the
them.
little strings and everything. It's nice and convenient. Pop them right out.
no shit.
Don't even have to do that weird twisty thing to get ice out of the
When's
tray.
the
Like
next
ice
party?
kites.
When's the next party?
One of the things about this drink, though, we didn't mention it, but apparently the chemical in the tampon, combined with the irony richness of menstrual blood,
It's a chlorine and
Chlorine
iron.
in the tampon. Yeah.
all this combines to give you like a hallucinogenic effect.
Actually, I don't think it has anything to do with the menstrual stuff. I think it's just the chlorine. dude.
Well, then they just
It's
want
just-
color.
Yeah. You just want taste.
So like there's the red of the natural.
Yeah, there you
Okay,
go.
and then the
It'll
blue
be
of
on
the chemical.
It'll
makes
be on
it
Food
just
Network
really-
next week.
Yeah, exactly.
like you're sucking on a Superman pop.
Could
or
you imagine
something.
Alton Brown coming in? You know, when I think Thanksgiving cocktails, I think purple. Let's take some menstrual blood and some of that blue shit that they
let's
pour
throw
on
that
diapers to simulate baby piss.
Yeah.
Let's put that shit together, send it to Indonesia, and do a little product testing. Yeah. Next thing you know, we are going to have the greatest fucking new holiday cocktail of all time.
It's good.
But apparently, on its way from Indonesia, it made its way to Ireland.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
And so, getting into more reality-focused headlines, as we're so good at, pilots have reported UFOs off the Irish coast. And the question is, why the fuck Ireland?
It actually should read ex-pilots. Report UFOs off the Irish coast.
Exactly.
Because none of them have jobs anymore.
Did this come from Mexican NASA?
Yeah.
They're going to see the mix again.
No, the funny thing is, if you read it, there was other reports from other pilots.
Yeah.
They reported it as a meteorite. And that was the thing. When this pilot saw it, she saw it as a full solid thing going right by the plane. And other pilots from miles away saw it breaking apart just like a meteorite would.
So
And
you,
that's
so
what
you
happened.
say she. So I mean,
It was a
fuck?
female pilot that originally reported.
But the fucking people actually said this report will be investigated under the normal confidential occurrence investigation process.
That's a lot of big words for you. You
That's
okay?
a lot of big words,
Right?
but no, you'll never hear of this.
I'm kind of winded, especially while I'm smoking a cigarette. But in other words, that means you'll never hear about it.
You'll
again.
never hear of it again.
This will just squash it.
Now,
like
you
everything
guys
else.
have followed some of this UFO stuff. You had your own experience.
We
around
did
here.
have an experience.
But let me ask you, so you're connected to these communities online and everything. What are the odds that somebody in Ireland saw something legitimate, or were they all just
Well,
blinded
no,
drunk?
I would have thought it was legitimate until I read when I was reading
So you
it.
found out it was a woman?
The other no, the
God,
other
that's
the
terrible.
other
I'm just
other
joking.
pilots reported it as a meteorite, and so did a local astronomical
Yeah, because
station.
it was that time of year where
And they said, yeah, and I could see where she said it was very bright. She said it went faster than the plane it went by her, which is
well, didn't
typical.
didn't it say?
But the
didn't
other
it
guy
say-
said it broke apart.
Yeah,
Well, then why is
So-
anybody questioning it's a UFO? I mean, I guess technically a meteorite that hasn't been detected is an unidentified
Yes,
flying
because
object.
she blatantly reported it.
Well,
like
not just that, but
over a live channel.
I think she actually said that it was like side by side with the
Yeah,
plane
she
for
said
a
it was,
while, and then it darted out front, and then it darted and took off.
all right. Well,
It could have been
yeah,
that.
no,
could have been.
I mean,
could have been her diamond earrings shining.
and also
in the
the
light.
other pilots could have been just trying to keep their jobs.
Yeah.
I mean,
Saying it was a meteorite.
if this thing was breaking apart, then what are the odds that it was an alien ship? It wasn't.
No, it wasn't. But
Darting around could be explosions coming off from entering the atmosphere.
Yeah.
Right? So there's nothing here that warrants a headline, yet this thing was a huge
No,
headline.
I've seen a meteorite enter. I was going to pick Rob up, our buddy Rob, at TF Green Airport in Providence. And just as I rounded the exit, I saw this bright light, green. It was green. And it shrieked across the sky. And I was like, what the fuck is that? And then it broke apart, and it almost like a firework, like scattered.
Yeah.
And but it was way too bright. And I was like, wow, shit, that was a meteorite. That was an actual meteorite.
So this pilot who's probably an ex-pilot because she's reporting this to a UFO.
Yeah.
So there was nothing here of value.
No, probably not.
Then why the fuck are we talking about?
We just
I don't
wasted
know.
10 minutes of the show. All right.
But I don't know.
So
because-
anyway,
Let's get into something more.
well,
relevant.
yeah, something
talk
more
about the
relevant
fact that-
in the world.
me and Mike saw an actual UFO.
I know that was. See, that is the first time.
No.
dude. and
There's
then I
a
actually.
drunk Irish pilot that we don't trust,
no,
but I should trust
that fucking bitch.
drunk two assholes running.
I trust
show
what I
in the
saw.
No,
and
it was-
I trust Craig.
it
and
was
we
weird.
Saw the
All right, I'm going to
same
step away and let
exact
you guys tell
thing.
your story. Do me
We're
a favor.
very-
Tell it clearly.
We're very we're
skeptical.
skeptical. And the one thing was it was like a Friday night. We're sitting on the deck, and there was this plane. It looked like a plane coming in.
It did.
Mike said it first, like, "Wow, look at that plane. That's weird," because the light was orange,
and it wasn't blinking.
and
or
it wasn't
anything.
blinking or nothing. And it was
And
orange. It was, bright.
coming this way, which is unusual. With
Yeah,
planes.
coming because we live above the airport.
Yeah, and
I
there's
mean,
always
we
a way
live
they
below
come
the
in.
airport, not above it. But
Yeah,
but we live below the airport, so they're always coming in from certain directions.
yeah.
We had that one thing come in from an opposite direction, and it sat
So
there.
rare.
And when it stood there at first, we said, "Oh, maybe it's a helicopter," but had that orange light. And then we bullshitted for a little while, and about 10, 15 minutes later, you said to me, "Dude, that thing's still there."
Still, I remember.
So we started looking at it. And we're like, maybe it's a star, or something odd that we didn't notice. And then
Maybe it was Kiefer Sutherland.
maybe it was Keith Sutherland.
fuck you, Red.
But then the weird thing is I have to say, it was there for a while, and then it shot off
For a long
straight
time, man. Yeah.
towards the
And we
north-
both watched it, and actually, we were looking at
shot
it when it
off
happened.
towards the northeast, and it was amazing because it went
Like
fast,
in a couple of
like,
seconds,
boom, gone.
in like 3 seconds, it was
And-
gone.
Both of us just stared at each other like,
We looked at each other.
like-
Did you see that? We actually both said it at the same time. Did you see that? I
and we had
remember
watched that thing for about a half
What
hour,
the fuck?
40 minutes.
Holy shit!
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
That
And
day.
the
right
fucked up
there.
part about it was
That
the
experience.
next day, I immediately went on. I said,
Yeah, both of us
I
did.
said, I'm going to go check the reports. Because there's websites you can go, like the MUFON and all these other shit. And I went and checked the reports. It's not MUFON. It sounds fucking funny, doesn't it?
for me to
But-
poop on.
For me to MUFON. Yeah.
You got move on for me to poop.
But I went and checked, and there was 3 other reports.
No, but all kinds of websites
There was
had
three
it out there.
There was 3 other reports.
There was over
Yeah.
300 people that
Saw it.
Saw that.
but 3
they
legitimate
explained it.
reports that
Yeah.
saw exactly what we saw.
Yeah.
And that was cool. Other than that, do I know what it was? No.
No.
Do I think it was alien? No, I need proof.
I don't know.
It
Who
was
knows?
unidentified
It
flying
could have been
object.
fucking bald lightning. You know, it could have been
exactly.
anything. But I'm
exactly.
just saying, we saw the same
Exactly.
exact fucking
We watched
thing.
it for a long time.
That was so fucking rare. No shit.
But fuck that. You ever see a leprechaun?
No, you know what else I haven't seen?
They have huge dicks. Yes.
That's, I've never seen. You know what else I haven't seen is fucking ghosts. And fucking, Craig, I know you're like, The ghost.
Kind of
hunter
believe it.
fucking-
No, it's not that I'm ghost on it. I want to see one. I haven't seen one, and I have so many people out there that talk about them, including Brad, that I want to see it. So I will 100%. If there's a place out there, if you can tell me there's a place out there that is 100% haunted, and that I can go
you
into
wanna
it and
check it
spend the
out.
night, I'm in.
Well,
I am in.
It's not an equitable thing. I'm back, by the way. Yeah, but it's not an equitable thing because we talked about one woman a long time ago who claimed that she was fucking ghosts on the regular. So this woman who we talked about lovingly so many episodes ago apparently was just fucking the shit out of like 20 different ghosts. Like she was just literally spreading 24/7.
She was getting tree-peed. I think I just made a fucking new porn fucking term.
I think you did.
Yeah.
I think you did. You ever watch Ghost Hunters? Yeah. Because somebody taps her ass.
Yeah.
Bum, bum, bum. She got debunked.
Yeah.
But no, what happened was she apparently found one that she connected with.
Yeah.
And so this woman who was fucking ghosts on the regular married one of them.
Yeah. You get engaged.
Oh, they're engaged.
Yeah, you gave her a
really?
fucking 470 carat diamond ring. She's wearing it right.
You can't see it. It's about
You can't
fucking
see it.
time that they took the next step, though.
I
That's
think
good.
it's been difficult because I think they want to go traditional and they want to ask her father's permission. Yeah. And I mean, his father's not involved because he's 920 years old.
You know, they fucking, you know how they supposedly met on a flight and they had sex in the
Yeah.
fucking
Oh, yeah.
in the airplane
Yep.
bathroom.
Yeah,
So
that's what she claims.
yeah, she's part of the Mile High Club.
Yeah, she
with a
claims that
fucking
they had
ghost.
sex
It's
in the bathroom.
ridiculous.
There's a very
That's
good
how they
chance.
met.
I got a boner on a plane once. I guess I am too. Right in the
fucking
middle of the
ridiculous.
I had a blanket on me. The
No, what's
woman next
funny
to me
is
didn't even know.
one half of the church looks completely empty, but it's not. It's just his family.
I had such a dumb joke written down, but
I got tons of dumb jokes.
But I
I'm
have
looking
to
at
say-
him, dude. That was a good one, though.
I
That
guess
was good.
she's good between the sheets.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, that is a terrible fucking
man.
joke.
Oh god. That's fucking
So yeah, so I mean, I guess we haven't done an official toast tonight. We did one to Stan Lee, but it was kind of lame because he's 95.
Yeah.
He's probably out there fucking nurses
banging
right
his
now.
chick right
He's
now.
banging a chick. Listen, wait, hold
Let's
up.
put it this way.
He
This
just banged another one.
That's it.
Excelsior, motherfucker.
Excelsior.
yeah.
But yeah, to true love. Apparently, a spectral plane isn't enough to keep souls apart.
No.
Yeah,
know,
but
you-
imagine being fucking married to that guy. All the shit he can get away with, like oh, he doesn't have to clean up because he's a ghost. You know, he can't fucking pick stuff
Can't
up.
big it just falls
Can't
through his
wash
hands.
dishes. Can't fucking do anything.
Yeah.
but he can fuck.
He's leading the life.
He can
That-
fuck though.
I hope I'm that kind of ghost.
Right?
But, yeah, I mean, I know I'm gonna have to buy a house in the afterlife too, and it's gonna take just as long.
He's just sitting on the couch with a wife beater sheet on.
Yeah.
Fucking,
Brad's gonna be fucking be working like 23 hours a day as a ghost just to get through fucking the afterlife.
In the afterlife, they still need editing. I know it. We're gonna have to rewrite scriptures and jihads and all those things. And then we're gonna need somebody to come in, whatever fucking weird smear the Muslim language. That dot doesn't belong there. You need two dots there. It's a woman. You gotta use the right language. You know what, guys? We've made ourselves an episode to forget, and you know who will forget this one? Alex Trebek.
yeah, absolutely. Yep.
So
yeah, he'll definitely forget that.
in a sad bit of news, and I feel like we do have a lot of sad news lately, but it turns out Alex Trebek, everybody's favorite game show host that doesn't act like a traditional game show host, turns out that even Alex Trebek isn't strong enough to beat Father Time.
Yep.
And so he's got what looks like the early stages onset of Alzheimer's disease, which is going to really affect his performance at his job. Of all the game shows, he probably could have done 3-4 years on Wheel of Fortune before he got there.
Absolutely.
But you press your luck. No whammies, no whammies. No, seriously, no whammy.
No, seriously, no whammies.
But I don't think Jeopardy is in his long-term plans.
No.
And so because
He's been doing it
He
for
has
30
no
years.
long-term plans.
He's been doing it for 30 years.
well, yeah, but it was still something he backed into. It was he saw
There's a
himself.
few things he backed into.
Brad, it's physically and mentally impossible for him to have any long-term plans anymore, dude. Really.
Well, all right, but because we're such a heartfelt show, we decided to analyze what would Jeopardy look like if this is actually true. And so I led off with the very obvious: what is my address?
Wait, what happened to my porn stash?
I'll take who the fuck are you for 200.
I said, I'll need my applesauce delivered in the form of a question.
Wait, which one of you is the kindergarten teacher again?
I would love to see him wandering into a school.
I know, right?
Who's in charge here?
Okay, Dan, it's your turn to spin the wheel.
Just see him buying vowels. I said, you can describe my brain as potpourri, thanks to secretly downing potent potables in my dressing room each night.
If I were Alec Trebek, I would just get potent potables tattooed on the back of my neck.
Who says he doesn't? He's a crazy Canadian, man. I'm telling you.
The Daily Double becomes code for Alex's Alzheimer's medication concoction.
Been a rough day, Alex. You need a daily double.
Yeah, have one of these.
And a video daily double just to show him how to fucking do it.
Oh, sorry. We're looking for what is. Hey, where am I?
I think Alzheimer's would be awesome. I really. What do we do every Friday night here? We drink to forget.
Yes,
Yeah,
We sit
exactly.
there and then we put it on audio
And we
permanently
always do
on the
forget.
internet of all the things we're trying to forget. Okay, we spend 20 minutes at the beginning of every episode telling
I
everybody
know.
why our week sucked, and then we immortalize it.
Then the next day we listen
And
to it
record
and
it
then
for
forget it
posterity.
again.
I would just love to see Alex Trebek do his own introduction. Like, everyone, welcome to the show. Our first guest is Alex, a Canadian-born game show host who now gets lost in his own hallway. And then, like, a producer comes in and is like, hey, that's you, Alex. That's you. And he just comes in, fuck you, hoser.
Oh, Alex Trebek.
And then, okay, that's an audio daily double. And I just shit myself.
But we haven't covered Final Jeopardy. I mean, could you imagine him at Final? What did you wager for Final Jeopardy? I bet a zucchini. All right, we'll let him be. We'll let him be. One glass raised to Alex Trebek.
Yeah, definitely.
A hell of a career. I'm glad Will Ferrell.
30 years.
Relevant.
Dude, he's done
30 years.
so much shit over the years.
And
He's
this
been
is
on-
afro that he
He's
had.
been on so many shows.
It's early
all my
onset.
beers are empty.
There's
I
a
gotta get
very
new
good
one.
chance that Alex
you,
Trebek is
Alex.
smarter than Alzheimer's.
Oh no! Right now he's just forgetting where he put his keys.
Yeah.
Why is there a banana in my sock drawer?
Yeah,
you know
he-
what I mean.
yeah.
Simple things like that.
He
you
still
know?
knows the capital of Brazil and
He's gonna
shit.
be fine.
You know?
He still knows the capital of Brazil. So should you.
Yeah,
He's
I am
not
1/4
special because
Brazilian.
he knows world capitals. I forget who I do the show.
Yeah.
Fill that new toy of yours there, pal. Go ahead. All right, let's do a little housekeeping.
this.
Let's scroll. All right, yeah, I would love to forget this episode like Alex Trebek.
Right.
You know, I feel like we've done a lot of like sad news lately, and Alex Trebek notwithstanding. Actually, friends of ours we had a pretty rough week. Deceased, a band we've talked about on here and played their music several times.
Yes.
And my good friend King Fowley and all the bandmates in Deceased had a tragic loss this week. Ironically enough, during the week where they released their long-awaited new album. And so they're actually holding back the release of the physical copy of the CD. They're putting a new tribute sticker. Their drummer, Dave Castillo, was down visiting his family in El Salvador and got literally caught in a riptide. And he was swimming with family because it's summer down there.
Yeah.
And he was down there and he was very innocently swimming and just enjoying time with his family. And he got dragged out to sea. And it's just an absolutely horrendous story for a wonderfully bright, talented guy. And
Fucking awesome drummer, man.
I mean, he's been with Deceased a
Unbelievable.
long time. You know,
Yep.
he's family. And King Fally said it best this week. He said, despite the jokes and everything else, Deceased is family.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's always been an underground kind of blue-collar kind of band. And so I didn't get permission to play any of their songs tonight, so we're not gonna. But we want to raise one serious glass to everybody in Deceased, not only for letting us play their music and share their music, but just for being amazing guys. This
And
one's to the memory of Dave
Yeah.
Scarface Castillo.
Scarface Castillo.
Cheers, fellas.
Cheers.
Yes.
And hopefully we'll be playing on a happier note some of their new music soon enough. But our thoughts and prayers go out to everybody in Deceased. They've really been friends of the show, and this was a real tough blow.
Needless to say, we said it.